What are you doing, Imogen?
I'm jumping off the 6 meters and so excited, but I'm a bit scared. But I'm going to do it with Daddy.
Form side on. After a very blustery, stormy night, we survived. And we are here today at Winlatter Forest. And we are decided we were supposed to do some Go Ape. Unfortunately, this Go Ape,
I have to be 10 years old.
you have to be 10 years old and you need to be 1.4 meters. Yeah, of course you guys can.
It was his birthday a few days ago. Can't remember.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, both the kids are too short and too young to do it. So we're going to do a hike, but it's
Well, it's only 9. We have to be only
one more year, yeah.
until he's 10.
And then you could have done that. Do you guys want to go play in the park song? Go for it. So we decided to go for a hike instead. It is pretty wet out here. Wind's still blowing a gale. But as always, we're going to make the most out of it. We're going to have fun. We're going to get wet. And Sarah looks happy. Uncle Liam looks happy. Nate's chilled. He's going to go to sleep soon. And there's Mama Bear. Happy as always. So yeah. Fun in the rain as always. It seems like every hike we go on with you guys, it's always raining, except Scarfell, which was amazing. So we're stoked we got to do that without any rain. So yeah, bit of fun, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, we have something really exciting coming up, because there's this really cool place called Black Moss Pot where we can do some cliff jumping into the water. And this will be Imogen's first cliff jump into water. Last 2 years ago, Riley did 8 meters. No, sorry, last year he did 8 meters and he's 8 years old. Imogen is 6, so she needs to do a 6-meter jump. So fingers crossed, if the rain doesn't prevent us from doing it, because the rivers are very swollen at the moment, which will make it super dangerous. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully by tomorrow or the day after, things will calm down a little bit and then we can get out there. But yeah, fingers crossed. But today, let's enjoy the hike. Do you want to go back for something warm in the cafe, or do you want to continue walking with us?
I really want to.
We will have a hot chocolate when we get back.
We will? Oh, we get a Winlatter badge if we do this? Do you want a badge?
It's up to you. Auntie Sarah's... That's not going on a vlog.
I wasn't. I didn't say it. I just thought this would be a good, like, oh, we're making a decision. Pardon?
I didn't know you were filming.
What do you think? That's my hand.
But are you allowed to go to the cafe and come back?
Okay, Aunt Sarah has to go. Are you going or are you staying? Okay, enjoy, girls. Go enjoy your hot chocolate. See you guys later. So the group has decided to split up for reasons that we cannot mention. Hot chocolate. Let's say the reason is hot chocolate. So we won't be happy about it.
It's a part of life.
It is a part of life, that is true. So it's just the 3 musketeers.
No, it's 4 musketeers.
Who's 4?
It's the four musketeers.
Well, you guys can be the fourth musketeer. So we're gonna head up. We're gonna try and do the full Windlatter route, which is 3.5 miles, which is nothing compared to what we did on Scarfell. But it is wet. But we're loving it. It's so good to be out here, as always. And then we feel like we've just earned that hot chocolate when you get back in. So,
And the cake.
and the cake. Oh, everybody loves a bit of cake.
This is the view. It's not really a view at the moment, it's just cloud. And as you can hear, it's really windy. So, you're going to have to get down right now.
Okay, so we're gonna head down now. It's about a 45 minutes to an hour walk. So we're gonna cross it down. This is the way the Prets love it. We go steeper to head. No, it's pointing down. Well, hang on. Oh, decision-making time. No, it's definitely down this way. There's the next signs down there. That is right. Always. Hope Imogen and the rest of the crew have had a nice time. To be honest, they've been in a nice warm place with nice warm food, so I'm sure they are happy. But we are so stoked we came out today. Bex and I were just saying, you know, we could so easily have just gone and stayed in the tent all day, or gone to a pencil museum, which was actually one of the options out there.
I'm going to a pencil museum this afternoon.
Our pass.
There are some people who want to go to the pencil
There are some
museum.
people who want to go to the pencil museum.
It's about balance.
Life is about balance.
You've got to have a bit of pencil in your life.
Bit of pencil in your life, apparently. So
There's a giant pencil there.
apparently
And
there's a
so the pencil sharpenings are going to be like this big.
the giant pencil. That's Bex's highlight.
I know.
I doubt they sharpen the giant pencil.
I'll be swimming in the pencil sharpenings.
Is that instead of a ball pen, they've got a shaving spool?
Not with COVID-19.
Not with COVID-19. No, it won't be secure doing
Not
that.
COVID secure.
Not COVID secure. Yeah, so we'll see what we're doing for the rest of the afternoon. Like I said, we're gonna try and hopefully the rain stops. The forecast says it's supposed to stop midnight tonight, and then hopefully the river levels will subside so we can get into Black Moss Spot to go and do the jump. But we only have 2 more days in the lakes and then we're heading back. So fingers and toes and everything else crossed. But first things first, gotta get down, gotta get some food in the system, and then go from there. So, what do you guys have here?
I had the badges for Scarfell, but there's 2. I did Windlatter and Scarfell Pipes.
Scarfell Pike, badges for everyone.
And even little Nate has his own badge.
Nate's got his own badge. Mummy's got her own badge. Auntie Sarah has her badge. Uncle Liam and Uncle Pat don't have badges because we don't.
He has got a blankie.
Who's got a blankie? Nate's got a blankie. We don't need badges because we wear our badges on our hearts.
Nipples.
The only badges. What's that quote from? What's the name? The only badges we
Only
have.
badges Essex.
No. The only badges Essex. That is so Essex, coming from an Essex person. No, the only badges we have is the scars that we carry from all the expeditions we have.
Yeah, I don't have any scars.
No, you will. But
I
Auntie
do
Sarah
have
has a interesting. She's got a blankie with all her badges on. So the badges blankie.
How many badges have you got on?
Hundreds of badges on a blankie. I just think, as a guy, like if I pulled out a blankie with all my badges on, I don't know. I don't feel like I'll.
I think it was cool.
You think it would be cool? I think the people that Liam and I hang out with will be like. Morning, guys. It is a beautiful sunny day in the Lake District, and after 2 days of heavy raining, we finally get a bit of sunshine, and it's absolutely perfect weather for what we want to do today. So we're currently on the Cumbria Way, which is a beautiful hiking trail, and it's a multi-day hiking trail, so definitely one to go and look out for, and something that we will plan to do in the future. But what are we doing today, Riley?
So today we're going to Black Moss
Pot.
What?
It's called Black Moss Pot.
Black Moss Park, wherever you call that, I don't really care. And we're gonna do some cliff jumping.
Cliff jumping. Now Riley did his first cliff jump last year. He jumped 8 meters. He was 8 years old. He did 8 meters. Today, unfortunately, there isn't a high enough one for him to take it to 9 because he's 9. But it's Imogen's first opportunity to do some cliff jumping, and she's 6, and the highest jump is 6 meters. So we're gonna see how she fares with that. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy this beautiful walk after the last couple of days of really steep climbing. This gentle stroll is actually quite nice.
So we just made it to the jumping point.
And that's what we're looking at.
I'm freaking out.
You're freaking out a little bit, Imogen's freaking out. So it's a little bit strong, as you guys can see. There's a good strong current coming through. We'll jump from that ledge over there into the water. Seems to be pretty deep. There's one little shallow rock over here which we'll have to try and avoid, so we'll have to jump into the busy bit over there. But the cool bit is it will flow us through here, and then we'll have a backup over there just waiting in case we can't get to the edge.
Jumping first?
I'm jumping first. Well, you gonna jump with me?
No.
Mama, you're jumping with me?
They're jumping.
Imogen is looking stoked. So Daddy will test it out, and then we'll go. Plus, if she wants to jump it, she can jump it. Daddy will jump it with her. So it's up to Imi. It's up to Imi if she wants to jump it. We're gonna gear up. We're gonna get ready. Well, I say gear up. I'm the only one that doesn't have a wetsuit. So that's going to be, yeah. I'm gonna. Looks cold. So let's see how we go. So this is always the nervous bit, is the walking up to the edge, having a look at where you're gonna go, and we are going in there. There's cameraman number 1, cameraman number 2. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. Let's go! Woo! It's over! Oh, there you go! Woo! Refreshing, to say the least. Go for wood there with that cold. But thoroughly enjoyable. Just going to try and scramble out here. So, up to the Prets now to see if they can do it, and we'll see if Amy does it. Yeah, it's a good jump. Didn't touch the side at all, so it is deep, pretty deep. Hey, jump number 2, Riley's first jump. How are you feeling? You've done 8, so this is 6. 6 should be a doddle, so I'm going to go for my second jump, and then I'm going to go and form Riley from the bottom, and we'll do it from there. Yeah, I'll just get a little bit, push the boat a little bit. Yeah. Nice jump, guys. so strong. It keeps pulling us hard.
Well, now the wetsuit works.
Oh, is that Riley? You do it again?
I'd like to go on that.
You want to go on that side? Well, next jump, there is a rock here. Yeah.
There's a boulder.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're jumping. Okay, go get your wetsuit. How are you feeling, Amy? 6 meters at 6 years old, you can do this. Uncle Leon's going to jump first. He's going to go in, he's going to go and stand over there at that rock over there and form up, and we're going to jump together. So whatever he does, work where he's going to land.
Who? Liam. You did? Step. That's the safest thing to do. Step. Just don't think you like it. Woo!
Look at that!
I can't even bear it. It's Imogen! Yes! Woohoo!
Daddy held on. He always walks with my hand like that.
Because Daddy just wanted to like fit you in stage, but you just so raw!
Oh my leg. Oh my goodness, it's gonna stop. And I was like, on my leg, on my leg. And then Daddy let me stop because I was like, I'm so set up. I was like,
Bit of a war wound. Nice. Walk back and then step off. Don't think about it, just do it. The more you think, the more you're going to make. There you go. Now step forward and go. Nice. Yeah. There it is. Okay, put the jump. Nice. Good job. Good work. So what an epic experience that was. Imogen's first cliff jumping experience. 6 meters at 6 years of age. Awesome, fantastic. She's super proud. She's a little bit annoyed though about her wet trainers. So we're going to give her a moment to kind of work through that. But Riley, how was your jump? You've jumped higher in the past, but how did you find it?
good.
Good?
Yeah.
What was the water temp like?
It's about minus.
I wouldn't say it was there. It was pretty chilly.
-1.
It was pretty chilly, I must be honest. When I jumped in, normally you get into the water, you acclimatize a little bit, so you don't get something like cold shock. But the water wasn't cold enough for that. But it was cold. That first jump, when I got to the deeper layers, because I try and see how deep it is for the guys, so I know that it's safe for them to jump. So I kind of tested to see how deep it was, and when you got to the lower levels, it was pretty cold. But if you had a wetsuit on, you would be fine. Imogen, you want to come and tell us about your first experience? You did your first cliff jump ever. What was
It is amazing. I feel so amazing, and I've already said sorry, but I feel good now.
You said sorry because you're a bit grumpy about muddy shoes, but you have said sorry, and we kind of moved through it, and that's part of adventure, isn't it? It's that
My dad
ability.
literally just lift me up, and then Mummy just kept on going. I was like, stop!
But talk me through when you did your first jump. Like, how were you feeling? What were the?
I was feeling so afraid, but once I got under, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't get up.
Yeah.
And it's like when I popped up, when I tried to get up, I was like, and then when I popped up, I was like, where's Daddy? Oh, he's still in the water.
He's still
I
on.
was like floating like. And then Daddy, his head just popped up. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but was there anything to be afraid of?
No, it was amazing.
It was amazing. Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Definitely. So
I'd
next
like
year,
to swim there.
next year we'll have to do 7 meters. Because you'd be 7 years old, so we'd need to find a 7 meter. but super duper.
So I'll be 7. I'm gonna have an 8.
But Bex, you originally weren't gonna do it, and then you had a bit of a change of heart, seeing everybody having a bit of fun. You've done 10 meters, so it was nothing about the height or anything like that.
Yeah, it was totally about the height. Because normally, if we're doing jumps and stuff, then you'll build up to it. So the big jump's like at the end or something, and then you've kind of acclimatized to the height. But then we just got up there, totally dry, jumping in, and yeah, it's high. I don't really like height. And also, you're kind of thinking, oh, there's a current, how strong is it? Oh, there's rocks there, there's rocks everywhere. Got to land right there. Do I trust myself? Because I'm a flid. But yeah, it was brilliant. I'm really glad I did it. Yeah, and it took me like 10 minutes, didn't it, to do it?
Yeah, it took you a while. But I think it's like anything. Sometimes in life, if you try and overthink something, you can think yourself out of it.
It was what you said. You said, you're thinking about it, just walk up to it and do it. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to do it anyway, to just get it over and done with. I knew I was going to do it, but I just had to calm myself down because I was shaking.
Yeah, and so the secret always is with stuff like this, and I've jumped a lot higher than this.
30 meters.
Yeah, my highest jump is 33 meters, which was really committing height. So I've done a lot of this, but the key is always, if you know it's safe, if you know everything's been checked, just step up and just do it. Don't think about it too much, because otherwise you'll obviously. Yeah, and that's the big thing. I think a lot of people struggle with that. They worry that they won't do it right or anything like that. There are small techniques and stuff like that. And that's why I always recommend, if you're going to go and try and do something like this, go with somebody who's experienced, who's done it before. But at the end of the day, like if you can jump into off a big wall on a trampoline or in a pit of soft items, you do it exactly the same. It's just you going underwater, and water can be unforgiving if you land wrong. But like Imogen's entry wasn't great for her first jump, and she handled it really well. She entered slightly skew on the side of her leg, but 6 meter, you can get away with that at 6 meters. Anything higher than that, you wouldn't have gone away with that. She would have been injured on that. But that's why we're building up to, and that's why we're building these experiences and this resilience. She's having to learn the resilience of having to walk around with wet shoes at the moment. And wet feet, and it's not even that, it's the fact that her shoes are muddy and she's not happy about that. That's what's bothering her at the moment. Hey, Hayden. That's what's getting her, is the fact is her trainers are muddy and she's upset about it. It's not because they're wet, it's because they're muddy. But yeah, this has been such an epic adventure.
The big jump, there were loads of grown-ups who didn't do it.
Yeah.
Loads of grown-ups. And then these two, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, just did it.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me, Riley, we need to get a 9 meter for you, buddy, because you did 8 meters last year. We're gonna have to find a 9 meter somewhere, and we will find something. It is obviously, as we've mentioned, because of lockdown, we've had to change a couple of our plans. There was a coast-nearing trip planned, so we're going to have to potentially reschedule that, and there was going to be a bigger jump for Riley to do there. But we'll see where adventure will lead us. And we've got one more day left in the lakes tomorrow, so we're most probably going to go for a nice hike somewhere tomorrow. We haven't quite planned it, just largely wanting to see what the weather was going to do. And then we've got, we always finish our trips with a nice evening meal somewhere. So yeah, it's been epic. It's been nice.
And guys, it's really not the height that puts most people off. It's normally the water, isn't it, Daddy?
The water. Are you talking about the jump? Yeah. Yeah, for some people it's the height, some people it's the water, but for us it's always about overcoming those fears, isn't it? It's like fear can hold you back from doing things, and everybody experiences fear. That's totally normal. But are you gonna allow it to stop you, or are you gonna step out and step off the edge and go wild?
Sarah,
Next time it's you.